Welcome everybody to another episode of RMP Draft Breakdown. How are you guys doing today, man? My name is LLCOOLBRAD. You already know what the vibe is. So let's get into it, man. Today I'm gonna be talking about Jalen Johnson, forward from Duke. He is 6'9", 220, and he just came out of his freshman season. Last season, he in his last college season too, in his first college season, he averaged 11.2 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, 2.2 assists per game, and 52.3 field goal percentage, along with 44.4 3-point percentage, 64% from free throw, and then he averaged 1.2 blocks and 1.2 steals as well. And then he had 2.5 turnovers as well. So let's get into it, man. So Jalen Johnson, he's really lengthy. I really like that about him. But let's get into his strengths. So first off, I really like his court vision. His court vision was a great thing I saw in his highlights. He was able to find the open man along with that court vision. That's the other strength that I have on there too, is he was able to find the open man, and that's another great thing that you want to see from a forward coming into the NBA, being able to find the open man. He was able to make great passes, was able to feed people, was able to make great cuts around people. Another thing was he's one of those elite shooters in this draft. He's a forward, and I know I have 3 point maybe as his weakness, but 44%, that's not a weakness. The only reason why I said that was a weakness in the first place was because he only shot 18 attempts last season. But we'll get into that in a minute. He's an elite defender too. Like I said, he averaged 1.2 blocks and 1.2 steals per game, which is really nice, and that's great. He's offense and defense, which is a great thing that you want to see. And then he is great at creating space and opening lanes to get shots off. He's great at doing that, being creative. He's really great at that as well. But now let's get on to the weaknesses. And I'm going to go into some of the team fits. He's great at free throw shooting. Sorry, no, my bad. He's not that best at free throw shooting. Like I said, he's only averaging about 65%, which isn't the best. His handles could use some work, and that's why he has some of those turnovers. And it was just basically because he was coming into his first season at a great Duke team. Well, they weren't the best this season, but you get what I'm saying. They have great legacy. But what I'm saying is he just had some of those kind of, I don't know if I want to say rookie mistake. Well, yeah, you can say rookie mistakes, freshman mistakes, because that was his first season in college playing against some really good comp. And I'm not saying that he didn't before that, but I'm just saying like it's all great composition around there. So his handles could have been a lot better that season, and I think that it will continue to get better. They will continue to get better as he progresses in this league. And then, like I said, 3 point, it was only because I know he shot 44%, but he only shot off 18 attempts on that. And it was mainly because he didn't play for the team. He decided to opt out for the rest of. I think he played like, I want to say it was like 10 to 15 games last season. Then he opted out to go to the draft, so he didn't really get to showcase uh, all of his strengths and his weaknesses. But yeah, those are what I could find. But for the team fits, who I have is the Warriors and the Kings. And why I say that, for the Warriors, why I think he's a good fit is he's really good at rebounding. Like I said, he averages 6.1 rebounds per game last season. And the Warriors, they struggled with rebounding last season. And it was because they didn't have the best big man down low. And they didn't, at center, they didn't have the best center position last season. And they definitely can improve on that. Probably draft a later center in this draft, or get a free agent probably. They were not a good draft. They were not a good rebounding team last season. And another reason why Jalen would be a good fit for the Warriors is because he's an elite defender, and that's something the Warriors need right now. Because last season they gave up the ninth most points per game, which is one of the reasons why they weren't as good last season. And it's definitely because Clay hasn't been there for a while, but he's hopefully making his comeback soon or earlier in the 2021-2022 season. And like last season, the Warriors, they could have been pretty good. They lost to my Grizzlies in the playoff game. Ha! We made the playoffs. You guys didn't. My bad. But anyways, what I was gonna say though is the Warriors. They could have been pretty good last season. They scored really well. They scored top 10 in points per game last season. It was just because their defense was off last season that they were bad because they allowed top 10, and the rebounds weren't that good, so they were giving up second chance points, and that's not something you want. So that's mainly why I think that Jalen would be a good fit for them is because he couldn't come in and be an effective rebounder and really good shooter. So that's why I think he would be a good fit for them. And then the Kings, why I think the Kings would be a good fit is because last season, again, the Kings, they allowed the second most points per game at 119 points per game, which is just sad. They have so much talent too. If you think about it, though, they have a lot of talent. They're just not being coached. Like they're being coached, but they're not being coached the best. And that's because the Kings were last in rebounding last season as well. Mainly that was why they were giving up so many points per game, is because they were allowing so many second chance, triple chance points. And I remember it in specifically, I remember I watched Jazz versus the Kings. That was the saddest game I have seen in a long time. They allowed like 150 point. Like just hearing 150 and then a P after it is just sad. Like 150, geez. Like retire, not. But yeah, man. Like they need to work definitely on rebounding and they need to work on uh, not allowing as many points per game. And I think also Jalen will be able to help them on the defensive side, not allowing 119 points per game or 150 points per game. But I really think that's why Jalen will be a good fit for them. And yeah, guys, those were the team fits that I have for him. That's why those are the strengths that I think that he's good at, and those are the weaknesses that I think he can improve on as he develops throughout this league in his career. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If not already, please like and subscribe. Comment what your take is on Jalen Johnson. And yeah, guys, without further ado, that is another RMP draft breakdown episode in the books. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.